everyone. Today we are going to start ICSE Class 10 Mathematics, and the chapter we are going to cover is quadratic equation in one variable. We will cover all the basics and all the important types of questions that are asked in the board examination. Before we start, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then please do, and also hit the bell icon. We will be covering various topics in the upcoming videos, so I don't want you to miss on that. So without much ado, let's get started. So what are quadratic equations? In class 9, you must have read about algebraic expressions, like for example, if I write 2x plus 1, then it's a expression, right? Algebraic expression. But if I write equals to something like equals to 0, then it is a algebraic equation, right? So 2x plus 1, just 2x plus 1, it is an algebraic expression. It is an expression. And 2x plus 1 equals to 0, this whole thing is algebraic equation. So what are quadratic equations now? You must have read about quadratic polynomials like ax square plus bx plus c. This is a quadratic polynomial, right? Now I have to write an equation, quadratic equation. So how to write an quadratic equation? In equation, we write equals to something. Let's suppose I write this equal to 0. So ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. This is the general form of quadratic equation. General form of quadratic equation. So this is how you are going to write a quadratic equation. For example, if I write 2x square plus 4x plus 3 equals to 0. If you are going to compare this equation with the general form, so you will see it's x square x, and here no x is written, right? So with x square we write a, so the value of a will be 2, here the value of b will be 4, and the value of c will be 3, right? And if I write the same equation in this form, 2x square minus 4x minus 3 equals to 0, will it be called a quadratic equation? Let's compare it with the general form. So the answer is yes, this is also a quadratic equation. Now the thing is that you have to remember is sign doesn't matter, right? If you write it 2x square plus 4x minus 3 equals to 0, or 2x square minus 4 minus 3 equals to 0, these signs, the middle signs, these doesn't matter. Okay, these things doesn't matter. There should be an ax square, there should be bx, and there should be a c. It doesn't matter what's the sign between them. That must be positive, negative, it doesn't matter, right? So both of these are quadratic equation. Both of these will be called as quadratic equation. Now the important thing that you have to remember is a cannot be 0. A can never be equals to 0. If a quadratic equation is written as 0x square plus 4x plus 3 equals to 0, then this is not a quadratic equation. Why? Because the value of a is equal to 0. If a becomes 0, then it will be 4x plus 3 equals to 0. This becomes linear equation, not quadratic equation. X square cannot be 0, and x square will only be 0 if a equals to 0. So can the value of b be 0? Yes, the value of b can be 0. If you write 2x square plus 0x plus 3 equals to 0, then this is also called a quadratic equation. Okay, if you write it like this, 3x square plus 9 equals to 0, this is also a quadratic equation. You will see the x is missing. We can write this equation as 3x square plus or minus x, it doesn't matter, plus 9 equals to 0. So now this is a quadratic, this is also a quadratic equation. So if the quadratic equation is in this form, you can write it in this form also, but the value of a will never be equals to 0. The value of a can never be 0. B can be 0, c can be 0, other values can be 0, a cannot be 0. This is the very important thing that you have to remember while writing quadratic equation in one variable. So let me summarize how to write a quadratic equation. The general form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a can never be equals to 0. You have to remember this much. Roots or solution of quadratic equation. So what are the roots or solution of quadratic equation? So the root or by solution, we say, let's suppose we have a quadratic equation x square minus 7x plus 12 equals to 0. First thing first, is this a quadratic equation? Is this the equation that I have written is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0? Yes, it is in that form. So is it a quadratic equation? Yes, it is a quadratic equation. Now, if I write x equals to something, let's suppose I write x equals to 3. Now put the value of x in the above equation. So the above equation will be written as 3 square minus 7, 3 plus 12 equals to 0. Now, what is the square of 3? 9, 21 plus 12 equals to 0. Now solve this. 9 and plus 12 will be 21. 21 minus 21 is equal to 0. So you will see the left hand side, this portion, this is equals to 0, and the right hand side, which is right of the equals to, is also 0. So both left hand side is equal to 0 and the right hand side is equal to 0. That means the equation is satisfied. So any value of x that will satisfy the equation, by satisfying the equation I mean left hand side and right hand side both are equal, then it is the root of the quadratic equation. So we are going to solve this first question. Show that square root 2 and minus square root 2 are both solution of the quadratic equation x square plus square root 2x minus 4 equals to 0. What does this mean? This means that when I will put x equals to square root 2 in this quadratic equation, the left hand side and the right hand side will be equal. Now we will put x equals to root 2, then root 2 square plus root 2 into root 2 minus 4. This is left hand side of the equation, right? And the right hand side is equals to 0. RHS is equals to 0. Square root 2, this will be 2 plus 2 minus 4. So 2 plus 2, 4 minus 4 equals to 0. Is this left hand side now is equal to right hand side, which is 0. So the equation is satisfied. That means that x equals to root 2. The value of root 2 is 0 of the quadratic equation. We call it 0 or solution or root, whatever you want to call it, you can call it. So root 2, this shows that root 2 is the solution. Now if I'll put x equals to minus 2 root 2 in the same equation, now minus 2 root 2 in place of x, 4. The square will be given to minus 2, so it will be 4, and it will be given to root 2 also, then it will become 2. Now what we have now, this will be 2 minus 4. 4 to the 8, this will be minus 4 and minus 4, minus 4 minus 4, 8, then minus 8, and this will become 0. So left hand side and right hand side both are equal to 0. That means the equation is satisfied. So we had to show the value of x, that is square root 2, or both of them are solution of the quadratic equation. Why? Because when we put x equals to any of these, the value of the quadratic equation becomes 0. So that means both are the solution of the quadratic equation. This is what I mean when I say the solution or the root of the quadratic equation. So both square root 2 and minus square root 2 are solution or root of the quadratic equation. Now moving on to next question. If 2 upon 3 is the root of the following equation, kx square minus x minus 2 equals to 0, then find the value of k. So in this question, you don't have to prove whether 2 upon 3 is a root of the following equation or not. It is given that it is the root of the following quadratic equation. So that means if you will put x equals to 2 upon 3, the value of the quadratic equation will become 0, is that it will satisfy the equation. Put x equals to 2 upon 3 in the quadratic equation, kx square minus x minus 2 equals to 0. So place of x we will write 2 upon 3. So it will become 4 upon 9k minus 2 upon 3 minus 2 equals to 0. Now we will move minus 2 upon 3 to the right hand side and minus 2 as well. We'll take the LCM here. The LCM will be 3. So 2 upon 6 will be 8 upon 3. Now we will cross multiply. The value of k will be 6. So this is how you are going to solve this question. So you have to keep in mind that 2 upon 3 was given as the root or the solution, whatever you want to call it. That means if you will put the value 2 upon 3, the quadratic equation will 100% get satisfied. Here you don't have to prove whether it is a root or not. Now the question 3 says if minus a is the solution of the equation x square plus 3ax plus k equals to 0, then find the value of k. This question is similar to the previous one. So here they have given x equals to minus a. It is a solution of the quadratic equation. So that means you have to put x equals to minus a. So the quadratic equation is this one. We will put minus a in place of x. So it will become a square minus 3a square minus 3a square plus k equals to 0. You will subtract this one. So it will become 2a square plus k equals to 0. Now you have to find the value of k. So we will move minus 2a square to the other side. It will become plus 2a square. So the value of k will be 2a square. Now moving on to next question. If one is the root of the both the equation, this one and the other one is this one, then find the value of ab. This is a into b, okay? It's not the value of a and then b. So how we are going to solve? We will take first equation. Now we will put x equals to here the quadratic equation don't have the value variable as x, it has a variable y. So we will put y equals to, okay? And it will become a 1 square plus a into 1 plus 3 equals to 0. A plus a plus 3 equals to 0. It will become 2a plus 3 equals to 0. Then 2a equals to minus 3. Then finally a equals to minus 3 upon 2. So the value of a is minus 3 upon 2. Now we will do the same for the second equation, which is y square plus y plus b equals to 0. Now we will put y equal to 1. So 1 square plus 1 plus b equals to 0, it will become 2 plus b equals to 0. So the value of b will be minus 2. We have to find the value of a into b. So a into b will be equal to minus 3 upon 2, which is the value of a, and into minus 2, which is the value of b. So ab will become, so this is the value of a, b. If 2 and 3 are roots of the equation 3x square minus 2mx, it will be plus 2n equals to 0. Then find the value of m and n. So what you have to do in this question is that first you have to put x equals to 2 and then put x equals to 3 and form two equations and then solve them. And you will find the value of m and n. So first what we are going to do is put x equals to 2. So in the quadratic equation, this will be plus 2n equals to 0. We will put x equals to 2 in this equation. It will become by 2m2 plus 2n equals to 0. 3 into 4 minus 4m plus 2n equals to 0. 4m plus 2n equals to 0. So what you can do is you can take 2 common. It will be 2m plus n equals to 0. 2 will go to the other side. It will become 0. We can write n minus 2m plus 6 equals to 0. So this will become our first equation. Now what you have to do is put x equals to 3. Put x equals to 3 in the same equation. Plus 2n equals to 0. So in place of x, put 3. So you will get 3 into 9 minus 6m plus 2n equals to 0. It will become 27 minus 6m plus 2n equals to 0. So here you cannot take anything common. So what you will do is you'll write it in this form. This will become your equation 2. Now you have to solve both this equation. So you can use either substitution method or elimination method, whatever you want to use. So I hope you know both the method or either of the one method. So what I'm going to use here is I'm going to use elimination method. So for elimination method, what I have to do is I have to make either of the variable, either m or n, equal in both the equation. So I will make n equals to 2. So how I'm going to do is in equation 2, just check it is this first term is equal to 2n. I will make this n equals to 2n, okay, by multiplying the whole equation by 2. So the equation 1 will now become 2n minus 4m plus 12 equals to 0. Now you can see the first term of the second equation and the first term of the first equation both are equal. So now what you have to do, you have to solve these two equations. I will write equation 1 first, then equation second. Now I have to eliminate n. That's the reason I made both the first term equal because I want to eliminate n. So what I will do is here the sign of 2n is plus and here also the sign of 2n is plus. To eliminate this, I want them to be of opposite signs. So I will change the sign of this 2n. So accordingly, I have to change this other signs also for this equation. Here 6m has minus 2, so it will become plus 2, opposite sign, and 27 has plus, so it will become minus. Okay, now this n will be eliminated, minus plus, it will become 2m. Now plus minus, it will be minus because 27 is bigger, so minus sign will come, and it will become 15 equals to 0. So now 15 will go to the other side, it will become plus 15. The value of m will be 15 upon. Now what I have to do is put this value of m in either of the equation, either in this equation or in this equation, and then I will get the value of n also. So I will put this value of m in this equation, this one. Okay, so it will become 2n minus 4 into 15 upon 2 because the value of m is 15 upon 2 plus 12 equals to 0. Solving this, it will become 2n minus 30 plus 12 equals to 0. So 2n minus 30 and plus 12, it will be minus 18 equal to 0. 2n equals to 18 and then the value of n will be 18 upon 2. 9 so I will get n equals to 9. So the value of m is 15 upon 2 and the value of n is equal to 9.